Welcome to This Explainer, where we're taking a wild ride from the immediate, real-world impacts of new policies right here on Earth, all the way out to the deep, mysterious cosmos. I'm absolutely thrilled to guide you through this today. We're going to synthesize some of the most captivating news out there into one clear journey. We're covering everything from microscopic biological superheroes to mind-bending space telescopes, so let's just jump right in.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We've got 4 main stops. First up, government schemes in action. Second, the Loner Lake anomaly. Third, microscopic superheroes. And finally, mapping the dark universe.
So, starting our journey right at the human level. Section 1, Government Schemes in Action, Real Relief for Citizens and Businesses. Let's test your knowledge a bit before we get into how this major initiative from the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways is, well, literally saving lives on the ground. What do you think the primary objective of the PM RAHAT scheme is? Think about what the acronym RAHAT might stand for when we're talking about urgent government assistance.
If you guessed road accident victim treatment, spot on. PM RAHAT actually stands for Road Accident Victim, Hospitalization, and Assured Treatment. And the core financial benefit here is huge. It provides a cashless treatment cap of up to 1.5 lakh rupees per eligible victim. To put that into perspective, that covers the absolute most crucial immediate care for up to 7 days right after an accident happens.
Now, what's genuinely fascinating is how the mechanics of this central sector scheme have just been updated to prioritize one thing: speed. They actually went ahead and removed the facial identification requirement. Honestly, that's a game changer because it strips away a massive administrative hurdle, making it way easier for critically injured victims to get instant claims. Combine that bold move with the digital integration of the Electronic Detailed Accident Report, or EDAR, and the National Health Authority's TMS 2.0 system, you've got a super streamlined setup designed to accelerate emergency care when literally every single second counts.
Okay, moving right along to our next vital scheme. This one is all about bolstering the absolute backbone of India's economy, our micro, small, and medium enterprises. The MSMEs. Before we dig into the nitty-gritty, any guesses on which ministry launched this corporate Mitra initiative that was announced in the Union Budget 2026-27?
So the crucial takeaway here is that the Ministry of Corporate Affairs is stepping up to the plate. They're directly empowering these MSMEs by deploying trained, certified corporate Mitras. And they're not starting small. They're rolling out with 2,000 participants, including a dedicated 200 spots just for the Northeast, and really zeroing in on Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. What this means in practice is bringing top-tier, affordable professional guidance. We're talking GST, financial planning, regulatory compliance, straight to the doorsteps of the smaller businesses that need it the absolute most.
All right, let's step away from government policies for a minute and turn our attention to the natural world. Section 2, the Loner Lake anomaly, a geographic mystery.
See if you can pinpoint this one for me. Lonar Lake has been making massive headlines recently because its water levels are rising in a completely mysterious way. Do you happen to know which state is actually home to this world-renowned basaltic rock meteorite crater?
If you said Maharashtra, specifically the Buldana district, you're absolutely right. The timeline of this place is just wild. Imagine this. About 50,000 years ago, a massive meteorite slams into the Deccan Plateau, violently carving out this giant crater in the basaltic rock. Fast forward a bit, and you've got these incredible centuries-old temples dotting the steep slopes. But the present day, that's where things get really weird. The lake's water levels are visibly rising, and here's the kicker. That completely contradicts what's happening in the surrounding region, where reservoirs and groundwater are actually drying up. It makes absolutely no sense. And the mystery totally deepens when you realize what's actually in that water. Not only is it completely defying regional logic, but Lonar Lake is actually the world's only known saline crater lake. Get this, the water inside this crater is an astonishing 7 times saltier than ocean seawater. 7 times. It's this completely unique, isolated, almost alien ecosystem just sitting right here on Earth, all thanks to a cosmic impact.
Okay, from a massive meteorite crater, we're going to zoom way in. Section 3, Microscopic Superheroes, Cleaning the Rivers.
So, researchers just discovered this absolutely fascinating new bacterial species. It's called Brachybacterium netzagii. They found it hanging out in the Hooghly River, which, if you didn't know, is a distributary of the Ganga. But quick geography check. Do you know which state the Hooghly River actually flows through?
The answer takes us to West Bengal, which is now the site of an incredible biological breakthrough. But before we look at what this new bacteria can actually do, we need to understand one key word: halotolerant.
Basically, this means our new microscopic superhero can survive and actually thrive in environments with up to a 9% salt concentration. Kind of like the extreme conditions we just talked about at Launer Lake, this little organism is custom-built to withstand incredibly harsh, super salty environments.
So, what you really need to take away here is that this West Bengal discovery isn't just your run-of-the-mill microbe. No, it's essentially a microscopic, pollution-eating machine. Let's run through these superpowers. First off, it completely degrades PNP, which is a highly toxic industrial pollutant. On top of that, it's highly resistant to some truly nasty heavy metals. I'm talking arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury. Plus, it has these unique genomic islands that let it produce valuable industrial enzymes and something called ectone, which basically acts like a force field against extreme environmental stress. The potential here for real-world environmental cleanup is it's absolutely massive.
All right, for our final section today, let's launch from the microscopic depths of our rivers all the way out into the vast unknown expanses of deep space. Section 4, Mapping the Dark Universe, the Euclid Space Telescope.
We recently got treated to one of the most astonishingly detailed images of the Milky Way's central region ever taken, all thanks to the Euclid Space Telescope. Now, think about the major players in global space exploration right now. Which space agency do you think was actually behind this unprecedented mapping project?
Well, if you guessed the European Space Agency, or the ESA, you nailed it. And get a load of this number, 60 million. That is how many individual stars this 1.2-meter space telescope managed to capture in a single awe-inspiring image. I mean, the sheer volume of data and raw detail being collected by a telescope this relatively compact is just mind-blowing.
But honestly, capturing millions of stars in our own backyard is just the beginning. Launched back in 2023, the Euclid mission is actually designed to map billions of galaxies across the cosmos. Its ultimate primary objective? Exploring the dark universe. By studying how the cosmos expands and evolves over time, this mission is literally trying to decode the invisible, completely mysterious forces of dark matter and dark energy. You know, the stuff that's quite literally shaping our entire reality behind the scenes. It's like trying to solve the biggest puzzle in existence.
So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I just want you to pause and ponder the sheer scale of the breakthroughs we just talked about. I mean, we went from government schemes that are rapidly digitizing to literally save lives, to a completely mysterious crater lake that's defying geology, to heavy metal-eating bacteria in West Bengal, all the way to a space telescope mapping the invisible dark matter of our universe. The sheer breadth of human inquiry is just incredible, right? It really makes you wonder, with our tools and tech getting this unbelievably advanced, what massive mystery are we going to unravel tomorrow? Thanks so much for learning with me today.